Hello all, it's Melinda. I have my Chinese Whisper Challenge 4, and this is the layout that Elaine has sent me. She did tell me that she's going to put journaling strips underneath here, so I have to keep that in mind. I seen this and I thought of a love theme, and I took these photos this morning of my husband in his little ritual that he has when he puts the girls on the bus, of giving them the big heart at the bus all the way to the corner, and then he runs in the house. You see the bus in the background, and does it out our back window, and the girls say they can see it. It amazes me that he does this, and I think my title is going to be I Couldn't Love This Man More, and then I will do typed journaling strips below the title. Now, most of these papers I recognize from some are from this collection by Crepe Paper Hello Love. I happen to have two. I'm not sure why, but I have two paper pads of them. So I pulled them both, thinking that I know I've used quite a bit out of each one, and I think I can get that. I don't know. I have an idea that I want to do. I want to punch them in hearts instead of circles, but we'll see. I may do circles anyway because there's enough hearts maybe on the paper, so I'm debating on that. But I pulled all the punches I have that are hearts, and she has a little bit of color wash in the background. I can't wait to try that, and I will wait on the color choice until I figure out what colors I can pull from this. She used the minty color, and that's in this line as well. I just can't wait. She used one photo. I'm going to use three smaller photos. It'll be about the same space, maybe a little bit wider. I will probably back them on white, possibly, because I like a white border on my photos, and I printed them so tall they didn't have a white border. So I'll put you on fast forward, and you can see what I decide to do with this. Now I start out with backing the photos, and this is just a white scrap cardstock that I'm using. I'm going to put them in like a photo strip, so just leaving a little bit between them, and I'm going to chop it down. I went through the paper stack already and pulled some papers that I liked, and I happened to find two different ones that I have a large circle cut out of, and it gave me an idea. And that was already punched out. She had one on hers just like that, same heart, so I thought that was kind of unusual that I had one punched already. I'm going to go with the one that had the X's on it for the large background. And I'm deciding what color, and I think I'm going to do gray for the color wash. That's Lava. I think it's Plain Jane. That appears very dark to me, so I'm going to spray some water, and then I think, I'm trying to figure out how light is it actually going to be. So I'm scribbling on it going, yeah, that's going to be too dark. So I'm going to get some Dylusions White and spray on it. I want to make a pale gray, like the gray in the things, in the papers. Just testing it out to see. Got way, way, way too much for what I want to do, but that's how it goes. So I'm just going to go for it. And I'm like, oh, that's very dark. I like the middle section, which is going to be covered by a photo, but the top part's dark. So I'm just going to scribble, scribble, scribble. Kind of looks like crayon from this distance on my screen. Now, I don't like how dark the top part is. I'm going to sprayed a little bit of white just to see if I could do it. I'm going to end up spraying some white on it to see if I can tone it down. Now, the leftover, I end up putting on a blank cardstock for a different layout I'm thinking about. I just didn't want to waste all that dark gray. So it's just on cardstock sitting behind me, waiting. I dabbed some up, but I'm going to dry this. I really am impatient, but I don't like using my heat gun. It tends to warp the page. Now I'm going to end up flipping this upside down, because I do not like how dark the top is. I like the way if it's going to be dark, I want it to be on the bottom portion. And that works out fine for me. I want to orientate that circle so that the X's look like X's and not crosses, I guess. Just going to position this. And then I'm going to start punching various circles. Now I have some Fiskars 1.5, 2 inch. That is a, oh, I don't even know what punch that is. It's a confetti punch by EK Success. And these are larger Fiskars ones. 2.5, 3 maybe. Maybe the largest one's 4. I don't think I use the largest one I own. That's the 1 inch squeeze Fiskars. I don't really like the squeeze ones. They tend to, I don't know, warp it a little bit, and they don't get in. I have to cut things really close where I want to do it. So I'm thinking I want to take what's left of that X paper and back it. I didn't have a punch that was big enough for this. Now at this point I'm thinking I want to use that as part of my title. So I'm going to put it where I think the title is going to go. And I like that one. So I'm going to cut close to it so that I can get that darn 1 inch punch. But guess what? It's so tiny I can't get it in there. So I'm going to take a sticky note and stick it to the back so I have a handle basically so that I can punch it where I want it. I'm not sure where I learned that at, but it saves me a lot. Just peel the sticker note off and be done. I don't like how there's so much black and white, so I'm going to figure out a gray that I can use. I pull a few of them out of my scrap drawer, and this gray is light enough and it's got lines on it, so I like it. It's just a little bit of scrap. I don't even know where it's from. And I'm going to go get some pink color shine and some of the gray color shine, and I'm going to paint just a little bit to give these black and white things some color. It's kind of like a string heart or a broken glass heart. I'm not sure how you'd call it, but it's got all the lines in it. Do a little bit of gray, leave some white, do a little bit of pink. I just thought there was a lot of black and white. And I was thinking I wouldn't need much pink in the other circles because that large circle was pink, but I think I needed to spread the pink around a little bit to make it look better to my eye. And I just painted every other heart gray, and then I'm going to go back in and paint every other heart pink. I'm just dipping a fine tip brush, a little thin brush, into the bottle. And I'm going to color that one all pink. And I'm going to call that good. I'm going to end up punching a few more circles. I went a little bit overboard on circles, trying to figure out what's the best punch. I picked the one that had all pink in it in the pattern paper that was like that, with the hearts. That's all in the same paper pack, the Hello Love. I'm going to use a lime citron flare badge. I'm trying these hearts. I don't use them. Just thought I'd try them. I'm going to end up changing that one out though, because I'm going to move the love that I think I'm going to use in my title over there, and I didn't want to have two things that say love, love. So I think I put on the XOXO flare badge instead. Both from Lime Citrine. Citron. I think it's Citron. I'm going to sew the big heart onto the page and sew around the larger circles to give them some texture. The little ones I tried but could not get it. I'm going to try to get this set up how I want it, and I'll snap a picture with my phone so I can sort of put them back the way I want them. And I am going to border the whole layout with that, and ta-da, that part's done. I sewed the big circle onto the background, and then I sewed all the other circles before I put them on the layout. They're not attached right now, so that they just give them some texture. And I did back it with that same X paper. This is where I'm deciding that, yeah, I don't like that there. It wasn't going to leave me enough room for the title and for my journaling strips. Okay, I'm going to get prepared for the journaling. The word strips you see up there, I believe they're from My Mind's Eye, and they came in packs with some letters, the light gray and the darker gray. I don't end up using the Tim Holtz. I do use Daily Flash in the white, and this gray is Lily Bee Pinwheel from a sticker sheet. I've cut the gray part off so that I can put it with my gray letters. And I end up changing up the title. Instead of what I thought I was going to do, I put I Couldn't Love You More, like I'm talking to my husband. That's kind of how our love story album goes. I'm talking to him, whereas the other way it was sort of me talking to him, talking about him. So I changed that up. I didn't even realize that I was changing it up when I was doing it until at the end I'm like, yeah, that would make more sense. That's how I talk in my album. Now, the I Couldn't is white, and it sticks out because I have it on the dark pink, but the You More is also in the same font, and it sort of gets lost down there. I'm just showing you that the letter stickers were Lily Bee. So, and the love has no problem sticking out because it's gray, darker gray than the paint. I'm going to decide to draw on. I'm going to stick all these down. A little bit of glue pen and then a little bit of the ATG gun. And then some of them I'm going to pop up on foam. But as far as the word stickers, the letters, the You More, I'm going to trace them first with a black marker, and then off camera I'm going to end up coloring them completely black, and they stand out so much more. I have a picture of it. After I think I'm finished, I add these hearts that are called hard candy, and I got them off AliExpress, and I'll show you a picture of them, but they're kind of like hard jelly hearts, and I add them kind of like enamel dots or whatever that way, but you'll see them. They're really pretty. I got them in the mail that same day I finished this layout, and I thought I'm going to put them on here. I'm just adhering everything down. Now I added more littler circles than what Eileen did. Just going to stick them down. I'm going to end up moving that could down. The L landed right on my husband's bum, and it just kind of looked like it was poking him in the bum. I know, silly, but I had to move it down so it wasn't quite so poking into the photo. Unfortunate, I know. And just see how they kind of don't stand out. They're white on basically a pale gray. And I struggled with what to do. I thought, I don't have black ones in the same font, so I could not do that. So I'm going to trace over them, and it helps, but it doesn't look, it looks kind of messy. And there is black in the layout, so having it black wouldn't hurt it. And I'm showing you, yeah. Okay, need to focus again. There we go. I'm going to add a few of these in the gray. That one says sweet. I'm just trying to shop it around. It's going to live there. This long one says you mean so much to me. And then the last one I pick is charming. And that's going to go in the bottom cluster. I typed my journaling. I have a typewriter, and there's where I colored those "you more" in. And see how much more they stand out? Good decision. My typewriter is a Brother Charger 11, and I just measured how much space I had and then marked it on my white cardstock and typed out, this is what my journaling says: to see you do the heart, that's in quotes, every time you put the girls on the bus is just the sweetest thing. I can't believe how lucky I am to have married the most awesome dad. And I'm just sticking them down with the ATG gun, nestling it right under the you more, and varying the starting and the finishing line of it to make it have a little bit of interest. And see how the dark gray doesn't really stand out as much as it did when I first did it because of the journaling strips. I'm going to move that, tuck that in a little bit better. This is where, yep, I think I'm done, and I say, yes, I'm done. And I even probably say goodbye to you with my hands. This ends up being layout 58, 2017, and it is Chinese Whisper number 4. I'm going to pick up everything, show you a little bit there so you can read the journaling, though I just read it to you. I love the typewriter. That's where I say goodbye. And this is where I'm going to, here just a second, show you the candy hearts. There's the candy hearts, and I've already taken the ones off I used. They're yummy. Oh, they look so beautiful. You can see them on there. They're sprinkled about in both the things. I want to thank you for watching, and if you like this, please give me a thumbs up, leave me any comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.